Hi friends, before we get this video started, I do have a quick statement at the end of this video, but I did want to mention it at the start. Although this is considered the last vlog for the reading rush, I will be considering this a weekend reading vlog, as I do not want to affiliate myself with the reading rush in any way, shape, form. I think they have continued to do a poor job of addressing things well, and they can really do so much better with the platform that they have in being inclusive in more than just one way. So I hope everybody is mindful of this fact and understands that there's more work that needs to be done, especially when you are such a big creator. So although this vlog does mention the reading rush, as it was originally intended to do so, I won't be participating in the reading rush for years to come. Hello friends, it is officially the last vlog of the reading rush. I am currently uploading days 3 and 4. I'm listening to my audiobook of China Rich Girlfriend, and then as you guys saw, I decided to pick up You Are the One by Cute Blackston, and I don't know why it's like dirty at the bottom. I don't know what I did to this copy, but I got it for like super cheap, so it's not like it really matters. And it's like 215 pages. It's kind of like a self-help type book, supposed to be inspirational, considered nonfiction. I don't read enough of these, and it's one of the shortest books on my shelf, so I'm putting this in the read a book in a genre that you don't read much of, or whatever that prompt is called. So I'm going to get to packing and go from there. I have to quickly flex because we're just making big girl moves left and right today. As you can see, I've kind of cleaned up the mess behind me and everything is in the hallway like it was last year. But I am mostly packed. I think the only things I really need to kind of sort out are the kitchen stuff and then a couple of storage things that are downstairs. But otherwise, I'm essentially ready for the move. And then I set up our internet and we now have a Spectrum account under my name. We're gonna make some big girl moves. We sign the lease tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and then we get the keys, and it's just, everything is so exciting. And I've listened to a lot of Crazy Rich Asians, or not Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend. But right now, I'm catching up on Emma's videos because she is like literally the cutest person ever, and we had a conversation yesterday about Taylor Swift and her choices of dropping an album on One Direction's 10-year anniversary. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. You can come for me, don't really care. But we started chatting a little bit more yesterday, and so I wanted to catch up with her videos. She's amazing and super new, super cute. Go subscribe. But I'm gonna keep catching up with videos, have some lunch, and then continue the rest of my day. Hi friends. So it's been a minute since I've filmed on this camera specifically, so that's why the camera quality looks a little bit different. But I thought I would finally sit down and do the racing to read book tag. So I wasn't gonna make a separate video, I was just gonna throw it into the vlogs, which is why you're seeing it now. But there are 8 questions that are super easy, super fun, and I thought I would just go through them real quick with you and do the tag. So the first question is Warm Up, a book that stretches the mind. So I have 2 in mind for this. The first being Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. You guys have heard me talk about this book enough, but it is a pandemic book. I read it at the kind of the start of the pandemic, so it really got me to think and to be a little bit more critical about what like the philosophical issues with life can be. And you guys know, absolutely love this book, would highly recommend it. But another is Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. This book is a memoir for Mitch Albom's professor Morrie, who they go through like this interview series almost, and it's like such a quick read. It makes my heart hurt and cry and melt, and just I feel all the things when I read this book, but it also kind of brings me home. This book I would 100% recommend, as well as Station 11, because they're both very mindful in how they're created. The next is Startline. What's a book that you started but never finished? I'm still currently reading God's Grave. I started this, I got to part 2, which is page 174, and I haven't picked it up since. It's like, this book, I don't want to say this was one of the causes of like me starting to feel slumpish, but I just don't like this book as much as I liked Nevernight. And that's really disappointing. I loved Nevernight, and I love the dark academia, and I loved seeing how Mia's character developed, and you guys saw I like literally cried in one of my vlogs. So I'm kind of disappointed with this so far. I haven't picked it up, and honestly I'm kind of dreading finishing it. I'd like to get it done by the end of the month, but right now it's not really a priority. The next question is Sprint, a book you read super quickly. I can give this to literally any graphic novel, including the Heartstopper graphic novels, the Avatar: The Last Airbender graphic novels, any novella that I've read. So I read Meet Cute for the Beach Readathon, which you guys saw earlier this month. I'm scanning my shelves, but I think those are going to be the ones that I give it to, both because they're super quick reads in general, but like they're just fun and easy to get through, and they just feel good. Next is Marathon. What is your favorite long book? And I'm going to give this to The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. You guys have heard me talk about The Bone Season briefly in a couple of videos, but for this being the first book in the series, it is, well, okay, maybe it's not as long, it just feels bigger, but it's like 525 pages long. It feels huge. I remember when I was reading it from the library, I was like, this thing is chunky and massive, and funny enough, the series kind of gets smaller after book one, which is, I don't know, I personally wouldn't make that choice. I would make them longer, like Sarah J Maas. I guess I can also give this to Akamath because that's a 700-page book, and I was really proud to finish that. I think I felt the most gratification after reading The Bone Season. The next question is Hurdles. What's a book that had ups and downs? I'm going to give this to The Kiss Quotient and consequently The Bride Test by Helen Huang. These books were phenomenal, and they were so much fun to listen to, and I did genuinely love it by the end. However, there were moments where I was sitting there and I was a little bit disinterested, if you will. Like, I just didn't care about what was going on. It's also been like over a year and a half since I've read those books. Well, I wouldn't say a year and a half, probably a year since I've read them. I can't be like the best judge of character in terms of what I think about it now, but from my recollection, like, and especially when I'm looking at my shelves, that was one of the books that stands out to me. Another trilogy would have to be the Shadow and Bone trilogy, so the Grishaverse, because this thing had its ups and downs big time. Everybody knows about it. I'm not really going to talk too much about it, but I still really enjoyed the series, as I did with The Kiss Quotient. The next question is Finish Line, a book you are proud to finish, and I'm going to change this to a book series that I was proud to finish, and that has to be ACOTAR. Court of Thorns and Roses was one of the first books that kind of brought me back into this new stage of reading in my life. Funny enough, and this can actually count for another mini video challenge that they have, but I'm going to tell you the story of how ACOTAR came into my life. Back in February of 2018, my freshman year of college, my local library was doing a blind date with a book for Valentine's Day. It was February, and that was something that they were doing, and it obviously had descriptions on it, and I don't remember what the descriptions of this book were. I got A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I ate this bad boy up, and I was hearing a lot about it, and I just thought that, like, okay, this book is gonna take over my life, and it did. And I'm so incredibly happy that I picked up this book and that I went to the library that day and went through my blind date with the book, and I continued the series for my library, and then I bought the series a year later. But I just love these books so much, and the connection that I have to it and the story that comes behind it is what makes it so special. And no matter what anybody says, like, this book has such a place in my heart because of the impact that it made on my reading journey now. So that was both the little story and the answer to that question. The next question is Gold Medal, the best book that you have read during a readathon. Speaking of retellings, I'm going to give this to A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I read this for the Owls, and I love this book, and I love the sequel, and I'm really, really excited to see what the third book is going to look like. It's, you know, like, it feels pretty chunky. It's about 500 pages, but I think because the text is a little bit bigger, it just feels a little different. But I really, really, really enjoyed this book, and it was such a great one for me to pick up and love as much as I did, and really get immersed into this world in a way that I haven't in a really long time. And finally, Participation Ribbon, an underrated book you wish got more attention. And I'm gonna give this to Love and Gelato and Love and Luck by Jenna Evans Welch. These are some of the most wanderlust-filling books that I have ever read. Love and Gelato is the first book, and that takes place in Italy. Love and Luck is the second, and it takes place in Ireland. And the third book, Love and Olives, takes place in Greece. And I don't see enough people talk about it. I think the only person that I've heard talk about this series is Eleni. She talked about the fact that she's part Greek and has Greek heritage in her life. And I talked about that fact too. If you didn't know, my dad's side of the family, when they were in their quest to come to America, they ended up in Greece for quite some time. And so in my life now, my grandma, before she passed away, I would always come home and there would be Greek music playing on the TV because we had like satellite dish TV or whatever, and it would connect to the Greek channels. So there were a lot of Greek songs that remind me of her. We have a lot of Greek dishes that we cook. And in general, the Greek culture is very prevalent from my dad's side of the family, especially because of my grandpa and his brothers. So I'm so excited for Love and Olives to take me back to Greece. I actually visited Greece when I was 5. So unfortunately, I don't remember a lot of it, but I do have plans to go back. My grandma has a very, very close connection with Thessaloniki, and I'm planning on visiting there as well. I want to go back to Athens. So that's why I'm really excited for Love and Olives, because it's going to kind of re-immerse me into that world. But we're talking about this series, they're super fun, fluffy contemporaries. They honestly, I could care less about the romance, if I'm gonna be blatantly honest. I just really love the atmosphere that it puts you in. However, the story of our main character in the first book, and then it follows the friend of the main character in the second, it's just a really fun book. I don't know, I really, really enjoy this series, and I'm really looking forward to the third book. So look at me go, killing a couple of birds with one stone. That is such a morbid saying. That's so morbid. Oh my god. Killed a couple of birds with one stone. I hope you guys enjoyed this little segment. I'm gonna go back to kind of doing what I was doing. I took a break from reading and packing and everything, and I just kind of sat down, had some lunch, and I feel really good right now. So I don't think I want to pick up China Rich Girlfriend right now on audio. I think I kind of want to start You Are the One. I think I'm going to start that. I have to organize a couple things downstairs in terms of my stuff that's leaving tomorrow. That's, I think, when I'll start picking up China Rich Girlfriend. And I think I really want to read Atticus's collection of poetry. I've read all 3 before. I've read these 2 physically, and then I listened to this one on audio, but it also has a lot of images in it, and so I want to read this physically so that I can say that I've read it physically, and I don't want to take it with me to the apartment. That sounds like a waste of space, because, sorry, it's a poetry collection. Am I gonna want to revisit it and read 3 seconds? No. Realistically, I'm gonna be a realist. I do want to read these before I leave tomorrow, so I think I'll make that a priority tonight. I don't know if these can count for any of the prompts. I'm still gonna make sure that I read the books that are for the reading rush, but at the same time, I'm just having a good time right now. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys soon. Quite a bit of time watching Deja's reading rush video from days 1 through 4. I caught up with Emma's videos, and I want to keep catching up with videos, but I also want to keep reading, because in about 20 minutes, because I'm part of orientation for this upcoming year and for the freshmen, but I am the technical transfer orientation week leader, we have an owls bonding, so orientation week leader owls. We have a bonding, and we're doing an escape room at 5, a virtual escape room at 5. So I think if I can read for the next 20 minutes or so and then hop in on that'd be good. Or I could watch some more videos. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have basically a minute to decide. What do I want to do? I think I'm gonna watch another video. Yeah, one video that's about 10 minutes long. So let's see if I can find one, because I know even myself, my vlogs tend to be 17 to 20 minutes long because, well, I have content apparently. Let's go watch Sam's video. How long is Sam's video? Okay, 13 minutes. Might have to watch it on 2 times speed, but that's right, Sam. So my team just got done with the virtual escape room. It was wild. We ended up winning with 30 seconds to spare, and it was stressful, and kind of insane, but so much fun. So I'm really lucky that I got to do that. But now I'm going to finish You Are the One, and I'm going to check off one more book for the reading rush, and then once my dad gets home, we're gonna move around the cars, and I'm gonna start packing mine with all of the big things. Okay. Hello everyone. So it is Saturday morning of the reading rush, but also this Saturday morning is very special for many reasons, as you guys know. And we're actually currently on our way to my apartment. We have our appointment at 10, and essentially all that is to come in and sign the lease, get the keys, and start moving in. As you can see from the back, I have like my bed and some like random miscellaneous items, but my bed was kind of like the biggest thing that was gonna go in here. And then my dad, who is currently 2 cars ahead, is being a little bit annoying this morning with how he's driving. He has the rest of the other items, like the other kind of big items, and a bunch of like little stuff too. We're not too far away actually, which is kind of exciting. But it looks like we're gonna get there pretty early. So I don't know how I'm gonna film today. I know I said I wanted to do a separate moving vlog, but I think I might just kind of throw whatever clips I put together here. If the footage if there isn't like enough footage, you know what I mean? Like, we'll see if it's a separate video. But I have been listening to a lot of Crazy Rich Asians this morning, or not Crazy Rich Asians, China Rich Girlfriend this morning, and the audiobook it's okay. I think there's a little too much for certain characters going on. Like, there's too much emphasis put on certain characters, like, what's her name? Kitty Pong or whatever. Like, she's just, like, I don't understand why I'm getting her storyline when all I care about is Nick, Rachel, and their families consequently. And then I did hear that there was a lot of issues with Kevin Kwan as an author, and him using racial slurs and using I'm not sure what the specific, what the acronym or what the word was, but something vernacular, like, I don't know, I'll put it up on the screen, but with like Awkwafina's character, especially in the movie. So there's a lot of racial implications that come with this that I don't think he has the territory to be exploring in that manner. And so, you know, there's a couple of issues with it, which is like going to happen with any novel. But after learning about this, it makes me a little bit more uncomfortable to continue the series. And quite frankly, I don't want to own them anymore. And so after I'm done reading them, and I'm going to read them honestly and privately so I can continue the story for myself, but I won't be supporting Kevin Kwan or any of his endeavors realistically. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You have to do the right thing at the end of the day, and him as an author didn't. So that sucks, but you know, it's just more books that I can unhaul to add more space to my shelves. I also finished You Are the One yesterday, and that was great. I think it was exactly what I needed in that moment. I heard certain things being told to me, and I was able to connect with a lot of the messages, and so I'm just really glad that I was able to finish yet another book for the reading rush yesterday. So that brings me up to, what, 4 books technically? And I think I hit over 1,000 pages last night. So I'll be getting that badge, and then I'll probably listen to more Crazy Rich Asians while we're moving stuff around and while I'm getting organized. But that is progress check today, a little bit of an update from yesterday, and a good morning from myself and little Miss Natalie over here. It's official. Welcome to our apartment. So far all we have is the TV and the cable, or the Wi-Fi. We have the kitchen fully stocked. Mind you, it's not fully stocked, we just have alcohol. Patio outside, and then this little hallway leads you to our bathroom. And then our room, and then our roommate's room. So later today we're gonna get some furniture, but I'm just gonna work on setting up this Wi-Fi. And yeah, we're moved in. It's very exciting, and I'm really happy. Hey friends. So I'm currently in my kitchen right now. The camera is propped on a jar of honey in our pantry because our apartment right now is like it's like not complete even in the slightest. Yesterday's move went really well for the most part. Earlier today we went to Big Lots and Target and we bought a couple of things for the house that we didn't realize that we needed. The first night went really well. but we are hardcore living like college students right now, and it makes me laugh so hard because, okay, first of all, you're propped on that jar of honey, but let me just show you what our kitchen looks like right now. Seemingly normal kitchen, you know, a bottle of wine or so, celebrate. We didn't have a trash can yesterday, but we have a trash can now. Gotta take that out. Look over at the sink, right, and then you have lots of booze. We have a cooler because our fridge isn't here yet. Like I said, we bought the trash can, just like a random, like, crap everywhere. Empty boxes, a singular lawn chair, games from last night, our TV on the floor, the modem with no router, and then twinkle lights as our lighting right now. And that's kind of like been my little station. And then we have a great balcony. It's so funny, and the kitchen right now is the only place with no echo in the entire apartment. So I can show you our room in another vlog, but I did want to really quickly chat about the reading rush and just kind of wrap up this weekend. So I ended up getting through about 50% of China Rich Girlfriend, and I have plans to kind of finish that today and tomorrow. And then I started The Brother Years, which was that arc that I had, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete it today, but I'm like 25% of the way in right now. It's okay. I don't really love it too much, just because I don't really feel connected to the characters, and we were just kind of thrown into this family and expected to care about them, and like right now I can't. And I didn't figure out the main character's first name until like later, and I was like, who are they talking about? And I realized it was our main character, who is also narrating the story, so it's a lot of I this, I that. And so the book's kind of weird right now. I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of sitting at like a 3-star because I don't really have much of a judgment that's like, this is objectively bad, but I just don't love it right now. But I'm gonna keep reading because it's a really easy read and I'm kind of flying through it, so who knows as to how much more progress I'll be able to get done tonight, and then we'll see what I finish tomorrow. The Reading Rush host, as I'm sure you know if you've been on Twitter or if you watched the live show for Group Book, but they haven't done a very good job this year, and I'm really disappointed. And you can see everything that they have done, I want to say, incorrectly this year. You have such a huge platform, and you have the ability to make a change and to bring awareness to certain things, and whether it's not having ableist prompts or actually reading the group book that's supposed to promote Black authors, there's a lot of things that they could have done better. And as a result, I'm going to be calling this a weekend vlog and not Reading Rush like vlog number 3. I'm going to be getting rid of that playlist on my account, and everything else will stay up because I, you know, had participated, had a good time, and this year just wasn't the same. So with that being said, this is my last year participating in the Reading Rush. I am pretty disappointed, and it sucks that it had to end on such a sour note and that they didn't do better, but there are so many other readathons and so many other creators who are using their platform in a positive way, and I'm going to do everything in my power to support them. So I'm going to leave a couple of links for read-alongs for the group book that's actually going to happen. I'm going to be participating in that buddy read next month, and I'm going to do better every single day. I want to continue to educate myself, to learn how to be more supportive with my reads, because like, yes, it is something that we do for fun, but it is something with intention. You know, everything that you pick up, you don't realize is a subculture of yourself. So I want to be better, I'm going to be better, and I hope that you will make that same promise to yourself and to everybody in this community, and honestly to just people you know in general. Just promise to do better. So with that, I'm going to close this weekend reading vlog. I don't know if I'm going to have a separate moving vlog just because everything isn't together yet. The AC's off. So that might be something that you guys see later in August once I have the entire apartment put together, but you guys will kind of see the before and after as to what our new home will look like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and until then, I'll chat with you soon.